I'm going to call this the Walmart Shooter Show. That's right, the Walmart Shooter Show. I haven't done anything on any of the events that's been going on recently. It's not because I haven't been watching. Okay, I just get so sick of the same shows happening over and over. Yeah, shows, just like TV programming, It is programming, because it actually is programming. It's programming fear into the public, and it's stage shows. See, people don't understand it. They've actually passed a law that says they're allowed to pull propaganda, stage shows, rehearsals, false flags, that's right, as long as nobody's actually killed. That's right. Here in the United States, they've passed a law saying it was legal to do this. But what did you expect to happen when we passed a law saying it was all right to report propaganda to the public? That's right. Many years ago, this country was hijacked. The media is run by the military-industrial complex and the CIA, and propaganda was legal to be reported to the public. So propaganda is nothing but lies. Just to say that it's legal to report lies to the public. So when I call this a show, that's what it is. When I talk about programming, like on TV, you're watching a program, which is programming. It's technically programming your perception and your belief system. Yeah, it's another form of brainwashing. But anyhow, let's run through this real quick because this person actually did a really good job of putting the pieces together. And they're actually pretty damn correct. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read through this with you real quick. Got a few things I want to add to it, okay? This guy makes some good points, okay? Compliments of Art Aiken. Art Aiken, yeah. Okay, 5 huge questions. They're screaming out for real answers. Number 1, if there's only one shooter, why did so many eyewitnesses report multiple shooters at the scene? Okay, well, what else do we know about? Okay, let's think back a little bit. Let's go back to Aurora, Colorado, a movie theater, the Batman shooting. Yep, multiple eyewitnesses that were actually in the movie theater all said the same thing. More than one shooter. Yep, they all saw more than one shooter. But yet that was disregarded and only one person was arrested. That's correct. 9/11. Multiple witnesses on the street all said the same thing. They heard explosions. They actually never saw a plane. Oh, but that was kept away from the public once again. Yep. Do you see any familiarities there? Yeah, you should. Okay, let's move on here too. Why did the local police arrest and hold 3 suspects in custody, as was widely reported by the media, by the military-industrial complex, before the story was changed to a lone shooter? Huh, does that sound familiar? It should. See, they keep using the same tactics over and over and over. Well, why was this done? Well, I'll tell you why. To cause controversy, to cause confusion, and to keep your eyes focused on the story rather than what's really going on behind the scenes. Let's just give you one little example going on behind the scenes. After this took place, the stock market took a dive. That's right. So my curiosity question for people, since the stock market took a nosedive right behind this, I wonder what people put in for, what do you call it, put stocks, when they place money on stocks falling. When you put your stock, like in a casino, when you gamble using Wall Street, using the market, that these stocks are going to fall in value. Because when you do that and it happens, you make lots and lots and lots and lots of tool money. So does anybody want looking into that? Because I'll bet you if you looked into that, you'd probably find out who actually made the money. And you'd find out it goes right back to orchestrating this show, this movie, this Hollywood script, this act, okay? Okay, let's move on now. 3. Why does the so-called manifesto hurt? I gotta stop right there. This is another red flag that should be flying. It seems like since the George Sidini incident, which was real, where he had made a blog talking about his life and not able to get a woman in his life, we have repeated this and repeated this and repeated this. Same scenario. We sure have. And so here we are with another manifesto. Don't you like that? All of these people, even the Canada Run Me Over and Elliot Rogers, had manifestos. That's Hollywood for you. This is what we use when we're giving you a show. Okay, when we're blatantly giving you a show, everybody always writes a manifesto of why they did it. That's right. Not true. But we want you to believe that, so that would be programming, okay? Appeared to be written by someone far older than 21 years old. Okay, than 21 years of age. Yeah, that's really. So the manifesto appears to be written by somebody far older. Well, of course it has. This manifesto was wrote and scripted by Hollywood, maybe Warner Brothers. I'm just giving you a guess, okay? But yeah, of course we are, because remember what I said? The show, okay? Anyhow, the manifesto is a hoax. Well, of course it is. Anybody can't see through that? Pretty well. Okay? It was not written by an individual who was arrested as the shooter. No, of course it wasn't. It was sort of like Timothy McVeigh, a patsy. He didn't. It had nothing to do with blowing up the Oklahoma City building. He was just the fall guy for the public to see. The shooter of the Batman Theater wasn't the shooter. That was the fall guy. That was the patsy. Like with John F. Kennedy. Lee Harvey Oswald. You know, the patsy. The guy to take the fall. A Sandy Crook. Yeah. You know that school over there in Connecticut? You know, Sandy Crook or Hook or Puck or Tuck. Okay? You know that place? Yep. And that certain shooter, a generated computer image, a phony baloney, a stage show, another program. Yeah, it's no show. Anyhow, we'll go on. 4. How does one man kill 20 people and wound 30 other people with a single magazine that only holds 30 rounds? Well, you know, it's because he's such an accurate shot, you know. And some of these bullets went through one and into another. And some ricocheted off a wall and hit this one and bounced out of them and into another. Well, yeah, of course, in stage shows, this is the way it always happens. Because we are talking about Hollywood here, right? Yeah. The surveillance photo shows no chest, okay, no chest rig, no belt bullet, and no spare magazines. Yep, that's correct. Number 5, if the shooter is on a suicide mission, why does he bother to wear both eye protection and ear protection? Well, you know, when you're going to commit suicide, you would wear all this protection. You might even wear a bulletproof vest, because after all, you are wanting to kill yourself, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself there, you know. Answer. Because he knows he will survive his mission. That's correct. And be taken into custody after surrounded by police. It wasn't a suicide mission at all. Okay? 18 months from now, the world will have forgotten the name of this shooter. That would be correct. Most people will. And the media never will report anything on him again. Nope, the only thing that will happen is we will use this to change the laws. We're going to use this stage show, this program, to change the laws. That's right. And take more rights away from the population of people. For a Hollywood act written by what? MGM Studios? Time Warner? Warner Brothers? Yeah. Anyhow, we'll go on here. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Okay, we'll go on. It wasn't a suicide mission at all. Okay, I read that part. Okay, 18 months later, forgotten by the shooter. Yep, the media will never report anything on him again. He will likely be relocated under witness protection program by the U.S. Marshal Service. That's correct. That's correct. He will likely be relocated under witness protection by the U.S. Marshals, given a new name, a new identity, and be walking amongst you while he was paid lots of money for doing this show. Meanwhile, we'll use this to pass laws that will take more rights away from the people of America and furtherly enslave you. That's what's really going on here. Anyhow, we'll go to the Witness Protection Program, living under a new identity after having completed his mission for the deep state. Okay? Bonus question. If you hate illegals and want to protect America, why would you mass murder Americans shopping in an American store? Wouldn't you have theoretically wanted to target illegal aliens? If that's who you want to destroy, nearly all the people who were shot were Americans, making no sense out of hating illegals. Yeah, but that's because they're using this phony baloney stage show and lying to you as they're doing it, because that's what this is. This is a Hollywood act, a stage show. Okay? People were shot with American. It makes no sense to hate illegals and then turn around and mass murder. Why do you think Trump didn't build the wall? Because he's never going to build the wall. Because the real agenda is for open borders. The real agenda is for the opposite of what's told to you. It's always, how many times do you have to have a president run for office and make all these promises that he does the exact opposite of? Barack Obama said if he gave him position in office, he was going to end the war. And what did he do? He did the opposite. He escalated the war. Trump said he was going to close and get rid of this immigration problem, build a wall. You don't see the wall up, and George Soros went over and sent for a bunch of people to come over to America and paid them to cross the border. And then the media did what they do through the military-industrial complex, lied to you. Okay, do you understand this? Okay, one more question for the shooter's online profile. Okay, changed by the Democrat to the Republican. Okay, let me get this straight right here, from the Democrat to the Republican. Well, since both Democrat and Republican, right and left, work for the same people and follow the orders for the same people, you've never had two sides, three sides, or any side from the very beginning. And how come people can't clearly see that is beyond me, okay? Anyhow, the support QN, okay, Mr. Q again, followers, clearly the deep state is modifying on his online profile to match their own conspiracy theories. Okay, see how we're using the word conspiracy theories again? Yes, that's so anybody who reports on this looks like a flaming nut job because that's what they want you to believe. When in reality, so if that were flaming nut jobs for saying conspiracy, well then if 2 or 3 people plan to rob a bank, that's more than one, which would be a conspiracy, and you see them go rob a bank, you're all a bunch of tinfoil wearing nut jobs. That's what you are. Not more than one person would ever rob a bank. Never happened in history. I'm sorry, I'm being sarcastic, okay? Clearly, the deep state is modifying the report, the profile, matching their own conspiracy theories. That part right. Well, okay, if it's the guy's profile that's online on his own account, how are you changing his word? Did you hack into his site? Okay, I just had to throw that one in there. You must have hacked into his site, right? Anyhow, the officials' narratives about Quinn, Mr. Q again, followers being domestic terrorists. This is, well, domestic terrorists? I will agree with domestic terrorists. All we got to do is start at the Pentagon or the White House. That would be domestic terrorists because that is real, the real terrorists are at. Should we go on? Yeah. Then Quinn level PSYOP stuff being run by the entire nation. Okay, so I'll stop right there because the real gist of this story is, if anybody paid attention to anything at all, this is just another stage show to change the laws, to take rights away from people by a pack of criminals that you've allowed to run you. When will anybody ever wake up and smell the roses? Probably never. Probably not until the military boot is firmly up there, you know what, and a gun is at the back of their head. And they're trying to figure out, what have I done? Why is this happening to me? We live in the land of the free. You can't do this. Yeah, we have constitutional rights. You can't do this. Yep, that's what I'll hear from all you sheep. That's right, all of you sheep. I really got nothing else to say here other than this is just another show. It's just another movie on TV. It's just another show. The difference between this and the show playing on your television set or at your movie theater is this will be used to pass real laws, man-made laws, of course, to take more rights away from you, the stupid. Oh, I hate calling you stupid, but you are. Because anybody that can't see clearly this is all fraudulent is stupid. And I haven't figured out how to fix stupid. I don't think stupid can be fixed personally. Anyhow, it's just another day in the fake land of America. Or is that Nazi Germany?